Hey everyone, Andrew here. So, I've been kind of silent the last couple of weeks. Was at the rally at the White House. Got the chance to speak to everyone there. It's pretty incredible. It was incredible to hear the stories over and over of people that have found relief, that have found the help Kratom has provided so many of us. Last night, the DEA chief, Chuck Rosenberg, was at Georgetown University to screen a movie about the overdose epidemic, a lot of other issues, and he was asked a pretty tough question by a pretty brave person that stood up and said, why is Kratom being banned? I'm paraphrasing. There was a little more to it. I'll make sure in this video, down in the links, you're going to actually find a link to the video to watch the statements. I'll add a few more links also to some other things. But something that really starting to sink in is, we're hitting about a week from when this ban's going to go into place. At the earliest, maybe they'll hold it, but we're hitting that 30-day window pretty close. A lot of people are kind of coming to the reality that it may happen, and it might. So I want to talk about something today that definitely affects me. About a week ago, saw a message from yet another friend I served with. Somebody close to him committed suicide. $30,000 people every year in the United States die by suicide. 30,000. 7 out of every 100 men diagnosed with major depressive disorder, and 1 out of every 100 women will commit suicide every year. And for every suicide, there's 11 suicide attempts. What's even scarier is, so the annual numbers of suicide per 100,000, 5.2 of that 100,000 never served in the military. These are women. 20 out of that 100,000 are men, never served in the military. But in the veteran community, in the active service, 28.7 women out of 100,000 commit suicide every year. 32 men. So that's a big jump from just the average person. One of the big issues, obviously treating depression with antidepressants, it can help. It does help some. There are people that the SSRIs and other things do fix, or at least give them some sense of I guess you could say sanity, some sense of purpose, some sense of not feeling hopeless. But there's also those that it increases the risk of suicide for. Obviously, physicians, they say they recommend treatment when the clinical need outweighs the risk, and I'm totally for that. I agree. It's very much something that is a reality. It's a reality to a lot of us veterans. It's tough to know that a lot of us have tried. We've tried the SSRIs. We've tried antidepressants. We've tried everything that they keep handing us. And it was causing problems, especially for me. It was taking me down a pretty bad path. When you're dealing with things like depression, when you're dealing with anxiety disorders, when you're dealing with PTSD, and then you add on that something like chronic pain, you start to feel hopeless. You really do. You feel hopeless. We shouldn't have to feel that way. You know, they say when the clinical needs outweigh the risks, we need to look at things. Well, you know what? Kratom is helping. It's helping so many. I'm here to tell you it's helping. Why is that so hard for these people to understand? Why? Why is it fair? Why is that fair that they need to step up for an imminent risk of, 15 people died. 15 people that had kratom in their system died. Now, could there be something else going on there? Yeah, there's reason to believe there was. There is. Is there health risks with anything we take? There is. There's no reason to hide that. We don't have to say that there is no health risk. There is. But do the benefits outweigh the risks we take? And is that a choice we should be able to make? It is. And that's where we need to really look at this closely. We need to talk. We need to talk about this. We don't need to ban it. We need to talk about it. We need to really look at this. If we need people to volunteer for studies, I'm here. And I'm sure there's a lot of others that are willing to. Because we do need research, and we need as much research as we can get. But when you ban it, that research is done. And we can't afford that. Especially in the veteran community. We can't afford it. We can't afford a lifeline being taken away from us. We can't. It's no longer an option. This has to stop. This has to be rethought. If the FDA needs to take a little bit more time with it, fine. We know that there's not going to be a pharmaceutical company out there wanting to do this research. We get it. But somebody's got to do something. We can't wait any longer. We need this ban to stop. We need people to really, really look at what harm they're going to do to so many consumers of kratom. We really need this to stop. If you haven't already, sign the petition to the White House. Make a donation. American Kratom Association. Make a donation. Help. If it's $5, make a donation. Get out there. Call your congressman today. Get them to sign on to the Poke and Salmon Dear Colleague letter to the DEA. Get involved. We can't wait any longer. This isn't over.